Hi, it's Chris Jenkins with Charlotte Vibe. Time to get you guys up to date on the Charlotte Hornets. So I'm going to go through the game recap since we last spoke. Hornets have gotten, unfortunately, on a 2-game losing streak, but I don't feel like there's any need to panic. Last week, they won versus the Utah Jazz 104-98. Next game, home game, was against Toronto. That was a close game against Toronto, and it was one in which they fought back from being down late in the fourth quarter. I think they're down by a little bit more than 10. They ended up going up by a little bit more than 10. I'm sorry, Toronto ended up going up by a little bit more than 10. But the Hornets weren't able to close it out, and Toronto was able to get that victory. 113 was the score to 111, in which the Hornets fell. That was their first game that started their losing streak here in Charlotte. And then on Sunday, they traveled to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I predicted that they would win this game. I just felt like the fight that this team has, and they're playing really good ball, good defense, good bench, that they would come through on that one. They were leading late in the fourth quarter. Cavaliers, King James took over. Cavaliers pulled out that game 93-100, which has caused the Hornets to have their first 2-game losing streak of the season. But again, I don't believe there's any room to panic. This team has been ranked in the top 10 by many media outlets overall in the NBA. Coach Clifford, I still hang on his word to talk about how much fight and grit this team has, which you are certainly able to see on how you can never count these guys out. They're kind of living up to that cardiac Cats. Tonight, they play in Minnesota against the Timberwolves at 8 o'clock. I think this is the game to get us back on track. I invite you guys to leave your comments, and if you're still watching at this point, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to do some interviews with players, probably starting in about a month or so, but I'll continue to bring you guys updates, especially after the home games with interviews and highlights. This is Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe.